How to become an electrician, step-by-step guide in 2025. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Zach of All Trades channel. Today we're diving into how do I become an electrician. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat this shit. Becoming an electrician isn't something you decide on Monday and start doing on Tuesday. But I promise you this, it's one of the best damn career moves you could make right now. The trades are booming. Electricians are making bank. And there still aren't enough of them to go around. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let me break down exactly how to become an electrician in 2025. The good, the bad, and the shit that'll shock you. See what I did there? Electrician joke, baby. Get used to them. The reality check. First things first. Let's talk about what you're actually signing up for. Being an electrician isn't just flipping switches and collecting paychecks. You're signing up for physical work. Some days you're crawling through tight spaces or standing on a ladder for hours. Problem solving under pressure. When shit goes wrong, people look at you. Ongoing education. The tech keeps changing. So you got to keep learning. Responsibility. Do your job wrong and someone could die. That's not an exaggeration. My buddy remembers his first solo job. He was terrified. Hands shaking. Triple checking everything because he knew if he f***ed up, it wasn't just about him. But that's also what makes this career amazing. What you do matters. You're not just pushing papers or selling crap nobody needs. You're making buildings work. You're bringing power to people. Literally. If that doesn't sound appealing to you, then maybe check out my buddy's channel on digital marketing or whatever. No shame in that game. But if you're still here, let's go. Education requirements. All right, so what do you need to get started? Surprisingly, not much. The bare minimum is a high school diploma or GED. If you've got that, you can start on this path today. But here's where people mess up. They think they need to figure everything out before they begin. You don't. My buddy had no clue what he was doing when he started. He just knew he hated sitting at a desk all day and he was good with his hands. That was it. Now, some courses and certifications can give you a leg up. Basic electric theory courses, OSHA safety certifications, and hands-on technical classes. But here's my controversial take. Don't waste too much time or money on pre-apprenticeship education unless it's free or nearly free. Most of what you need to know, you learn on the job. I've seen guys with fancy technical degrees who couldn't troubleshoot their way out of a paper bag. And I've seen high school dropouts become master electricians who can diagnose complex systems in minutes. This trade rewards capability, not credentials. Remember that. Choose your path. This is where it gets interesting. There's more than one way to become an electrician, and in 2025, your options are better than ever. Union apprenticeship. This is the gold standard for many. You apply to the local IBEU, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. And if accepted, you're in for paid on the job training, you earn while you learn, classroom instruction, usually 1 day a week or so, benefits from day one, health insurance, pension, the works. Clear path to journeyman status. The catch, competition is fierce. Some locals have hundreds of applicants for a handful of spots, and sometimes there's a waiting list. My buddy tried 3 times before he got into his local. 3 times. Was it worth it? Absolutely. But man, that rejection stung each time. Non-union apprenticeships. These are run by private contractors or organizations like the IEC, Independent Electrical Contractors, or the ABC, Associated Builders and Contractors. Usually easier to get into than union programs. Still get paid while you're learning. May have more flexible schedules. Sometimes faster advancement. The downside? Often lower pay during apprenticeship, potentially fewer benefits, and sometimes less comprehensive training. But that varies wildly, depending on the company. Some of the best electricians I know went this route. Some of the worst did too. It really depends on who you train under. Trade schools, then apprenticeship. This is becoming more common. You can do this with an online trade school or in-person trade school. There are benefits to both. Complete a 6 to 12 month electrical program at a trade school. Use that education to land an apprenticeship. Often can skip some early apprenticeship classes. Is it worth it? Maybe. If you have zero experience, you need structure to learn. It can help, but it's an investment, often $10,000 to $20,000 for the in-person trade schools. You can possibly find an online trade school for way less, and it doesn't replace the apprenticeship. It would give you a head start. My buddy didn't go this route, and he doesn't regret it, but he has hired guys who did, and some came in with solid fundamentals. Military training, often overlooked, but excellent. Get trained as an electrician in the military. Emerge with skills, experience, and discipline. Many states offer expedited licensings for veterans, GI Bill benefits for additional education. Several of my best colleagues are veterans. The military trains you right, and you learn to work under pressure like nowhere else. The Apprenticeship Breakdown. Whichever path you choose, you'll do an apprenticeship. This is non-negotiable in this trade. So let's break down what that actually looks like. A typical apprenticeship lasts 4 to 5 years, combines 8,000 plus hours of on-the-job training, includes 500 to 1,000 hours of classroom instruction, starts at about 50% of journeyman wages, increasing regularly. Your first year, I'm not going to lie, it's going to be rough. You'll be the gopher. Go for this, go for that. You'll dig trenches, pull wire until your shoulders burn, clean up job sites, hold the flashlight, and everyone will call you the apprentice instead of your actual name. My buddy spent his first 3 months just bending conduit over and over until his forearm was satisfied. Was he pissed? Yep. Did it make him a better electrician? Also, yep. But here's the secret no one tells you. That grunt work is essential. You're building muscle memory, learning the materials, understanding the flow of the job site. All that beneath you work is actually forming your foundation. By year 2, you're starting to do actual electrical work under close supervision. By year 3, you're becoming useful and doing installations on your own. By year 4 and 5, you're handling complex tasks and preparing for your journeyman exam. Throughout this whole process, you're getting paid. Not great at first, but it builds. My buddy's first year, he made about $15 an hour. By his 5th year, he was over 30. And once he got his journeyman license, he jumped to 45 plus. Not bad for a guy who barely passed high school algebra. Getting licensed. This is the big one. Becoming a licensed journeyman electrician. The exact requirements vary by state. I'll drop a link in the description for a state-by-state breakdown. But generally, complete your 8,000 plus hours of apprenticeship work, finish all required classroom training, pass your journeyman exam, which is no joke. The exam usually covers electrical theory, National Electrical Code, NEC, local code amendments, safety regulations, practical applications. My buddy failed his first attempt. He's not afraid to admit it. The NEC is a beast of a book, and they test you on the most obscure shit sometimes. My advice? Study groups. Seriously, find other apprentices, meet weekly, quiz each other. He wouldn't have passed on his second try without his study crew. Once you're licensed as a journeyman, your earning potential jumps dramatically. We're talking 60 to 90,000, depending on your location and specialty. And after that, if you want, you can go for your master's electrician license after a few more years. That's when you can start your own business, pull permits, and really make the big bucks. Specializations, the secret weapon. Here's something they don't tell you in those fancy career brochures. Specializing is where the real money is. General residential electricians make good money, but the specialists, they make great money. Some hot specialties for 2025. Solar and renewable energy. With the climate push, this field is exploding. Solar installers with electrical licenses are making a killing. And with the tax incentives still going strong, the demand is insane. My buddy did a solar certification last year, and his phone hasn't stopped ringing since. Seriously. EV charging infrastructures. Electrical vehicles aren't going anywhere but up. Someone's got to install all those charging stations in homes, apartments, businesses, public spaces. This specialty is printing money right now. Smart home integration. As homes get smarter, they need electricians who understand both power and tech. If you can wire up a house and program a smart system, you're golden. My buddy charged $6,500 for a smart home setup last month. Took him 3 days. You do the math. Industrial automation. Factories are automating like crazy, and they need specialized electricians. The PLC, Programmable Logic Controller. Programming skills alone can double your income. This one requires extra education, but man, the payoff is huge. Data centers. With AI and cloud computing booming, data centers are being built everywhere. They need specialized electrical work that is precise and reliable. I have a buddy who only does data center work now. Works 8 months of the year and takes the rest off. That's the dream. Building your reputation. All right, so you've got your license, maybe a specialty or two. Now what? Now you build your reputation. In this trade, your reputation is everything. Here's how. Never stop learning. The electrical field changes constantly. New materials, new techniques, new codes every 3 years. The electricians who stay on top of this stuff become the go-to experts. My buddy spends about $1,000 a year on continuing education. Sounds like a lot? It's paid back tenfold in higher rates and better opportunities. Document your work. Take before and after photos of every job when the client allows it. Build a portfolio. In 2025, having a solid Instagram showcasing your clean professional work is basically free advertising. My buddy's most complex panel swap got him 15 new clients after he posted it. People love seeing the transformation. Network like your career depends on it, because it does. You want to connect with general contractors, other trade professionals, real estate agents, property managers. These people will feed you for decades if you treat them right. My buddy still gets calls from a builder he met in his second year. 10 years later, he still sends them all his electrical work. Why? Because he showed up when he said he would, and he fixed his mistakes without charging extra. The business decision. Eventually you'll face a choice. Keep working for someone else or start your own thing. Both are valid. Both can make you great money. Working for others means steady paycheck, benefits handled for you, no business headaches, just focus on the work. Starting your own business means potentially much higher income, set your own schedule, choose your projects, build something you can sell somebody. My buddy waited 8 years after getting his master's license before going out on his own because he wanted to learn the business side first, how to estimate jobs, how to manage client expectations, how to not go bankrupt. If you go the business route, start small, side jobs, nights and weekends. Build up until you have enough work to make the jump. My buddy's first 3 months in business was terrifying. He ate a lot of ramen. But by month 6, he was making double his old salary. By year 2, he had 2 employees. Now, well, not too shabby. The reality of 2025. Let's talk about what makes 2025 different for new electricians. First, the opportunities are insane right now. Infrastructure spending is still rolling out. Reshoring of manufacturing means new factories. Housing shortages mean new construction. Aging grid needs constant maintenance. Green energy transition is accelerating. But there are challenges too. Material costs are volatile. New technologies require constant learning. Competition for prefab and modular solutions. AI tools changing how we design systems. Electricians who will thrive aren't just good with their hands, they understand technology, can adapt quickly, and know how to solve problems creatively. Look, I've given you the step-by-step playbook, but here's what it all comes down to. This trade will give back exactly what you put into it. Exactly that. No more, no less. If you half-ass it, you'll make a living. If you whole-ass it, you can build a life most people would envy. I've seen apprentices show up late, complain about work, do the bare minimum. Those guys are still making $25 an hour 10 years later, bitching about their boss. And I've seen others who've asked questions, stayed late to learn, studied the code books for fun. Yes, for fun, you electrical nerds. Those people are running departments, owning businesses, or specialize in fields making 6 figures now. The path is there. I've shown it to you. but you got to walk it. If you're ready to put in the work, this trade will challenge your life. Drop your questions in for comments. Follow me for Trade Career Real Talk. And if it helped you, smash that like button and subscribe. It literally makes my day. Until next time, stay safe. Don't cut the red wire, or maybe do. You'll learn which one eventually. Peace out.